Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans, do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey Cowboys Nation, today we're diving deep into a story that's been buzzing around the NFL corridors. A rumor that could potentially shake the foundation of the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff and ultimately their entire season. If you've been following the Cowboys, you know how pivotal each offseason move is, especially when it comes to the coaching staff, particularly the defensive side of the ball. And trust me, this isn't just another rumor, it's a potential game changer. So buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you might just set the tone for the Cowboys' 2024 campaign. Now, I know what you're thinking, what's the big news? Well, reports from well-placed sources close to the team suggest that the Dallas Cowboys are eyeing Christian Parker, currently serving as an assistant with the Philadelphia Eagles, to step into the role of defensive coordinator. Yes, you heard that right. The Cowboys, a franchise synonymous with defense and a team that's been striving to become a true championship contender, are looking to bring in a fresh, innovative mind to lead their defense. And Christian Parker, with his impressive track record with the Eagles, is emerging as the prime candidate. But hold on. Before we jump into the implications of this move, let's take a step back and analyze who Christian Parker is, what he's done so far in his career, and why he's suddenly become such a hot commodity in NFL circles. You see, Parker isn't your average assistant. He's earned recognition for his strategic approach to defense, his ability to develop young players, and his knack for adapting schemes to maximize team strengths. Working under the Eagles, he's been part of a coaching staff that has transformed Philadelphia's defense into a formidable unit, one that's often praised for its aggressive style, disciplined execution, and innovative play calling. This kind of recognition doesn't come out of nowhere. In fact, Parker's journey through the NFL coaching ranks has been marked by steady progress, sharp tactical acumen, and a clear vision for what a modern, adaptable defense needs to succeed. From his early days, he's been noted for his ability to connect with players and extract their best performances, especially those on the rise. His work with developing young talent has been particularly impressive, making him a sought-after candidate for teams looking to rebuild or elevate their defensive cores. Now, why does this matter so much for the Cowboys? Well, the Dallas defense has been a mixed bag over the past few seasons. There have been moments of brilliance, but also periods of inconsistency, especially against the run and in crucial third-down situations. The team's defensive rankings have fluctuated, and the need for a fresh perspective, a new voice, has been evident. The Cowboys have invested heavily in their defense, drafting high-profile players and paying premium contracts to key contributors like Micah Parsons and Trevon Diggs. But talent alone isn't enough. Strategic coaching, innovative play calling, and player development are what turn potential into production. So bringing in someone like Christian Parker could be a strategic move to elevate the defense to the next level. Think about it. His experience with the Eagles' aggressive, versatile schemes could translate well into Dallas's existing defensive framework, which already boasts explosive talent. The Cowboys' defensive philosophy has historically been built on speed, physicality, and scheme versatility, traits that Parker has demonstrated mastery over. His ability to adapt his defensive schemes to counter the league's evolving offenses could be exactly what Dallas needs to stay competitive in a league that's increasingly passing-heavy and quarterback-centric. But what are the specific implications of hiring Parker? Well, for starters, his appointment could signal a shift in the Cowboys' defensive scheme. Under the previous regime, Dallas's defense has been characterized by a mix of zone coverage and aggressive blitz packages. Parker's approach, which has been praised for its aggressiveness and adaptability, might introduce more complex blitz packages, more varied coverage schemes, and a greater emphasis on player versatility. This could mean more opportunities for Micah Parsons to line up in different positions, or even a more aggressive secondary that can apply pressure without sacrificing coverage integrity. Additionally, Parker's background in developing young players aligns perfectly with Dallas's roster composition. The team is stacked with young talent: Parsons, Diggs, and emerging stars like Sam Williams and Darian Kendrick, to name a few. A coach who can nurture their growth, optimize their talents, and craft schemes that highlight their strengths is invaluable. The potential integration of Parker's system could unlock hidden potential in these players and turn the Cowboys into one of the most feared defenses in the league. Now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. The NFL is a league where coaching staff decisions often make the biggest difference between a team that contends and one that falls short. The Cowboys, with their rich history and passionate fan base, have been hovering around playoff contention but haven't quite broken through to the Super Bowl level in recent years. Their defense, while talented, has lacked the consistency and strategic edge needed to dominate top-tier offenses like the Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills, or even the Philadelphia Eagles themselves. This potential hire of Christian Parker signals a clear intent from the Cowboys front office. They're serious about closing the gap. They're recognizing that defense wins championships, and sometimes a coaching upgrade can be the spark that ignites a team's full potential. Think about the last time the Cowboys had a truly dominant defense. What was the key? It was often a combination of strategic scheming, disciplined players, and inspired coaching. They need to recapture that magic. And bringing in someone like Parker could be the first step. Let's also consider the timing. With the NFL offseason in full swing, teams are making critical decisions: free agent signings, draft picks, and coaching changes. The fact that Dallas is exploring a move like this during the offseason highlights their proactive approach. They're not waiting for the season to start, they're planning ahead, aiming to have their new defensive identity in place before the 2024 campaign kicks off. Of course, there are questions and uncertainties. Will Christian Parker accept the offer? How quickly can he implement his system? Will the existing players adapt to his schemes? And perhaps most importantly, will this move translate into better results on the field? These are questions every Cowboys fan is asking right now, and rightly so. The NFL is a league of fine margins, and a single coaching change can sometimes be the difference between a playoff run and an early exit. Let's revisit the recent history of the Cowboys' defense. Over the last few seasons, we've seen flashes of brilliance, especially with Micah Parsons emerging as one of the league's most disruptive pass rushers. His ability to get after the quarterback has been a game changer, earning him multiple Pro Bowl selections and All-Pro honors. Trevon Diggs, meanwhile, has established himself as one of the league's premier cornerbacks, with his ball-hawking skills and instinctive playmaking. Yet despite these individual talents, the team struggled at times to maintain consistency, particularly against the run and in situational football. This inconsistency has led to some frustration among fans and analysts alike. The Cowboys' defense often appears to have the talent but lacks the cohesive strategy or aggressive edge required for top-tier defenses. That's where Christian Parker could step in. His reputation for devising schemes that maximize player strengths and adapt to offensive trends could be exactly what Dallas needs to turn their defense into a true strength. Now, how does this potential move compare with other coaching changes across the league? Well, many teams are investing heavily in defensive coordinators with innovative pedigrees, recognizing that defense can be the ultimate separator in close games. Look at teams like the 49ers or the Bills, coaches who emphasize aggressive schemes, versatility, and player development. Dallas might be taking a page from those successful playbooks by targeting someone like Parker who embodies those principles. From a strategic perspective, it's also interesting to consider how Parker's approach might influence the team's overall game plan. Will he lean more into pressure packages, or will he prioritize coverage schemes that force turnovers? How will he utilize Micah Parsons, who has been a disruptive force as a linebacker but could also be used in multiple roles? These questions aren't just hypothetical, they are central to understanding how this coaching change could reshape the Cowboys' identity on defense. Moreover, the impact on the locker room must be considered. Coaching changes often influence team chemistry and morale. If Parker is known for his player-centric approach and ability to develop talent, that could boost confidence and foster a stronger team culture. On the other hand, any transition period might cause some uncertainty, which teams must manage carefully. Looking ahead, what does this mean for the Cowboys' prospects in 2024? Well, with a potentially revamped defense, Dallas could see a significant uptick in their overall record. A stronger defense complements their offensive strengths, especially with Dak Prescott leading the attack and a reliable core of skilled players. If the defense can hold opponents in check and generate turnovers, the Cowboys could become serious contenders in the NFC. Let's not forget the importance of the upcoming schedule. The NFC East is fiercely competitive, with teams like the Eagles, Giants, and Commanders vying for supremacy. The Eagles, after all, are the current reigning division champions, and their defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, has been praised for his innovative schemes. Dallas's pursuit of Christian Parker might be viewed as a strategic move to counter the Eagles' offensive and defensive systems, creating a new chess match in the division. And speaking of rivalries, the upcoming season is already shaping up to be one of the most intriguing in recent memory. With potential coaching changes, roster adjustments, and team dynamics shifting, every game could be a battle for playoff positioning. The Cowboys are no strangers to high-stakes matchups, and adding a new defensive coordinator with fresh ideas could make their encounters even more intense. Now, what about the broader NFL landscape? Other top teams are also tweaking their coaching staffs, aiming to gain an edge. The Bills, for example, have made strategic adjustments on both sides of the ball. The 49ers continue to evolve under their coaching staff, emphasizing speed and versatility. Dallas's move to consider Christian Parker is part of this larger trend, recognizing that coaching innovation and tactical adaptability are key to sustained success. So what's next? Well, if the Cowboys secure Parker's services, fans can expect a period of transition. There will likely be discussions about scheme implementation, player adjustments, and how quickly the team can gel under new leadership. The offseason will be crucial for evaluating roster fit, possibly making some personnel moves, and preparing for what promises to be an exciting 2024 season. In the meantime, fans should keep a close eye on reports, interviews, and insider updates. The coaching carousel is always unpredictable, and sometimes these moves come together faster than expected. The Cowboys front office has shown a willingness to be bold when it counts, and this potential hire of Christian Parker could be their boldest move yet in the quest for a Super Bowl appearance. Before I wrap up, let me ask you, what do you think this move will mean for the Cowboys? Do you see Parker transforming their defense into a league-wide feared unit? Or do you think it's a gamble that might not pay off? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights and opinions are what make Cowboys Nation so passionate and knowledgeable. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. The offseason is heating up, and with this potential coaching change, the 2024 season might just be the most exciting yet. Remember, in the NFL, one move can change everything. Whether it's a strategic signing, a draft pick, or a coaching hire, the Cowboys are clearly aiming high. So keep your eyes peeled and your hopes high. The future is bright. If this move comes to fruition, Dallas could be setting the stage for a historic comeback. Thanks for listening, and as always, stay loyal, stay passionate, and go Cowboys.